Hello students and welcome to the AMP English webpage and the YouTube channel. Now I've got an exciting video for you today. It is the first essay video for our Periscope vocabulary words. So in this lesson I talked about it. There's an introduction video for this lesson. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the words we learned in the week before and I'm going to put them in an essay. And I'm going to use the circling technique to give you a lesson that will help you with English, help you learn the new vocabulary words, and also give you a lot of practice talking back and answering me and listening, really listening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read. Let me give you an example. I will do the first sentence of this essay. It never ceases to amaze me how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle. So it never ceases. It never ceases to amaze me how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle. And ceases means to stop doing something, to stop an action immediately. So if it never ceases, that means it never stops. It never ceases to amaze me. It never stops or never ends to amaze me how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle. So does it always cease to amaze me how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle? No, it never ceases. It never stops. It never stops to amaze me how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle. It never ceases. So, am I amazed by how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle? Or am I not that amazed? Am I bored of how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle? Is it not that exciting? I'm amazed. I'm in awe. It amazes me how much it rains in my hometown of Seattle. Does it rain a lot in my hometown of Seattle, or does it rain a little bit in my hometown of Seattle? It rains a ton. It rains lots in my hometown of Seattle. Good job. So this is an example of what the lessons will be like. So we did the first sentence. Let's continue. Now our vocabulary word in that sentence was cease. Cease. So what was the vocabulary word in that sentence? It was cease. Cease, to stop something. Stop an action. Good. Let's continue. I have lived in many cities. Some where it rains like cats and dogs all year long. And some where the place is so dry forest fires happen regularly. So I have lived in many cities. Some where it rains like cats and dogs. This means it rains very hard. It rains all the time very hard. To rain like cats and dogs. All year long. So it's raining all year long like cats and dogs. And some where the place is so dry forest fires happen regularly. Regularly means often. They happen all the time. So have I lived in many cities or just one or two cities? I have lived in many cities. Good. I've lived in many cities. Does it rain like cats and dogs in the city I live in or in some of the cities I've lived in? Yes, it rains like cats and dogs. It rains very hard. Shh, it's raining very, very hard. Does it rain like cats and dogs all year long? Or one day out of the year? It rains like cats and dogs all year long. All year long. Good. Have I lived in places where it's so dry, forest fires happen? Yes, yes, I've lived in places where it's so dry, fires just start in the forest fires. This happens when the plants are very dry, and then a fire starts because they're so hot. Good. Let's continue. I think I prefer the rain to the forest fires. But on days like today in Seattle, I prefer dry weather. So I think I like better the rain to the forest fires. I like the rain more than the forest fires, of course, because forest fires are very dangerous. But on days like today, days like it where it's raining very hard, raining like cats and dogs in Seattle, I prefer dry weather. So, do I prefer rain or do I prefer forest fires? I prefer rain. I like rain a lot more than forest fires. Rain can't burn me. Forest fires can burn me. They can kill me. They can destroy my home. Do I prefer dry weather on raining days? Yes, yes, I prefer dry weather. Do I prefer dry weather or rainy weather? I prefer dry weather. I like dry weather better than rainy weather. Good. Let's continue. You're doing great. Sometimes I even think of abandoning my home and the city of Seattle to start a new life somewhere else. So sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes, every now and then, I even think of abandoning my home and the city of Seattle. Remember, abandoning is our word from past lessons. Abandoning means what? To leave behind. To leave completely. So I'm abandoning my home. I'm leaving my home behind. I don't want it anymore. I'm leaving it. And I'm leaving the city of Seattle. I'm abandoning it. Leaving it alone. So am I thinking of staying in the city of Seattle and at my home? Or am I thinking of abandoning my home and city of Seattle? Good. I'm thinking of abandoning it. I'm thinking of leaving my home behind and leaving the city of Seattle behind. Do I want to start a new life somewhere else or end my life somewhere else? I want to start a new life somewhere else. Good. I don't want to end my life somewhere else. I would die. I'd rather be bad. Oh. I'd die. I'd rather start my life somewhere else. To end my life means to die. Good job. You ready to continue? Let's continue. Sadly, I have moved so many times. I fear I am too exhausted to do it again. So sadly, sadly, I have moved so many times. I have moved so many cities. I'm scared, I am too exhausted to do it again. Now, exhausted is our word. What does exhausted mean? To be very, very tired. To be out of resources. In this example, my resource is my energy to move, to be able to move, to feel well enough to move. But I'm exhausted of that energy. I don't feel like moving anymore. So have I moved a lot of times or have I moved only once? I have moved many times. I've moved a lot. I've moved so many times. I'm tired of it. Am I exhausted by moving? Am I tired of moving? Yes, I'm exhausted of moving. I can't move anymore. I'm tired of it. Good. Let's continue. I am also apprehensive to move to a new city because my pet lion likes Seattle. I have a pet lion. So I am also apprehensive. I'm very nervous. I'm scared to move to a new city. I'm frightened to move to a new city because my pet lion likes Seattle. I don't want to move and make my lion sad or angry. Might eat me. Oh. But I am also apprehensive. I'm nervous. I'm scared. So, am I excited to move to a new city for my pet lion, or am I apprehensive to move to a city for my pet lion? I am apprehensive. Good. I'm apprehensive. I'm scared. I'm nervous. Do I want to move to a new city for my pet lion, or do I not want to move to a new city for my pet lion? I do not. I don't want to move to a new city for my pet lion. Good. Good. Let's continue. He loves to jump around in the rain and the mud and dirty his impeccable coat of fur. So he loves to jump around in the rain. My lion loves to jump in puddles. That's little bodies of water when it rains. And the mud, he loves to jump in the mud. And dirty, this means make his coat muddy. So dirty his impeccable coat, his perfect coat of fur. So lions have the fur around their neck. That is their coat. And he likes to mess it up. He likes to get it all muddy and dirty. Even though I spend long hours trying to clean his fur and make it impeccable. Impeccable is our word. Impeccable means perfect. Almost perfect. He has beautiful fur. Perfect fur. So does my lion like to jump around in rain? Or does he like to jump around in ice cream? He likes to jump around in rain. Now, he doesn't like to jump around in ice cream. He loves to jump around in rain. Does my lion like to jump around in mud? Yes, he loves to jump around in mud. Does my lion clean his impeccable coat of fur or dirty his impeccable coat of fur? He likes to dirty it. He likes to make it very, very dirty. He likes to make it messy and muddy. Good. So impeccable means perfect, almost perfect. So my lion's fur is perfect until he jumps in mud and then he ruins it. I work so hard at cleaning his coat. Let's continue. Then he likes to walk into the house, strutting as if he is flaunting the mud like a medal of honor. So then my lion likes to walk into my house all muddy. He likes to walk into my house and make it a mess. Strutting means walking very powerfully. So think of a model. Models strut when they walk on stage. They're very confident and they're strutting. So my lion likes to strut. A common phrase in the U.S. is strut your stuff. This means walk confidently, to strut your stuff. Your stuff is your body, the clothes you're wearing, how you look. So you're strutting, you're walking confidently, and showing off. You're flaunting, which means to show off. Show off arrogantly, to be cocky, to be arrogant. So that my lion likes to walk in the house, strutting or walking confidently, as if he is flaunting, as if he is showing off the mud that's on his coat like a medal of honor, like he's wearing a medal for courage and success. So the word from our past lesson is to flaunt. To flaunt means to show off. To show off to your friends, to show off to people. It's not a good word all the time. You can flaunt sometimes, but not all the time. So does my lion like to walk into the house, or does my lion like to walk into a cave, a dark cave? My lion likes to walk into my house. He makes my house muddy. Does my lion walk unconfidently or confidently? Is he confident or is he unconfident? Like this. Oh. My lion is confident. He struts. He is strutting. He's walking very confidently like this. So is my lion flaunting the mud that's on his coat? Or is he hiding the mud that is on his coat? He's flaunting it. He's showing off. He's going, look at me. Look at my mud. It looks beautiful on my coat of fur. Is my lion flaunting the mud like a medal of honor? Like a honorable medal. Medal is what you wear around your neck. You get them at the Olympics. You get them if you fight courageously. He is flaunting the mud like a medal of honor. Good. He's showing it off to everyone. Good. Let's continue. We are almost done with this lesson. As I approach him to wash his coat, my pet lion begins to accelerate away from me. So as I approach, this means I come closer to him. I walk toward him. So as I approach him to wash his coat, I'm walking up to him. I'm sneaking up, trying to grab him to wash his coat. My pet lion begins to accelerate. So he starts walking faster. So let's say my lion's sitting there, and I start walking toward him, and he starts walking faster and faster and faster and faster. He's accelerating. He's moving faster and faster and faster away from me because he doesn't want to be washed. So as I get farther away from my lion, does he accelerate away from me? No. As I approach him, as I get closer to my lion, he begins to accelerate away from me. He begins to get faster and faster and faster away from me. Good. Does my lion begin to accelerate or slow down when I come close to him? He begins to accelerate. He begins to speed up because he's trying to get away from me. He's running away. Good. My lion hates bubble baths. He hates bubble baths. A bath is where you get in the water, and he hates the bubbles. He doesn't like bubbles. They get in his eyes. After 20 minutes of chasing, running after, my pet lion may become stagnant due to exhaustion. So after 20 minutes of chasing, me chasing my lion, my pet lion becomes stagnant due to exhaustion. So my pet lion becomes stagnant because he's very tired. Stagnant becomes to just sit still, to not move anywhere, to not get any better, to not get any worse, to just stay in one place. So my lion is stagnant because he is so tired. He's just laying there, not moving. So after 2 years of chasing, does my lion become stagnant? Or after 20 minutes of chasing, my lion becomes stagnant? It's 20 minutes of chasing when my lion gets tired. I would get tired way before 2 years. I'd be exhausted. So does my pet lion become stagnant due to exhaustion, or does he become stagnant due to lots of energy? He becomes stagnant due to exhaustion. Good, he's tired, he's exhausted, he's worn out, he's sleepy. Good. Now stagnant is our word in that sentence. To be stagnant means to stay in one place, to not move, to not get better or not get worse. So let's continue. Then, when I think I finally caught him, I will jump to catch him. So when I think I finally caught my lion, when he's tired, when he's stagnant, I will jump to catch him. But most of the time, I will land flat on my stomach. Oh, I will land flat on my stomach. Because his exhaustion is a ruse. His exhaustion is a ruse. So I will land flat on my stomach when I go to jump on him because he is tricking me. He's faking like he is tired. He is tricking me. It is a trick. So, most of the time, will I catch my lion or will I land flat on my stomach? I will land flat on my stomach. Good. I don't catch him. He's tricking me. He's faking like he is tired. He's pretending like he is tired. Is my lion's exhaustion real or is it a ruse? My lion's exhaustion is real. My lion's exhaustion is a ruse. It's a trick. It's fake. He's tricking me. Good, let's continue. And remember, ruse is our vocabulary word. It's a trick. So let's continue. This is the last sentence. You're doing great. We are almost done. Keep staying amped for learning English. Got to get energy and enthusiastic. He will suddenly run away again and go hide in his cage. So when I go to jump, he will suddenly, right in that moment, run away again and go hide in his cage. And I can't catch him, and he gets mud everywhere. So great job. That is it for this week's essay of the Periscope TOEFL vocabulary words. Now remember, you don't have to be taking the TOEFL exam or the IELTS exam to listen to these essays. They're meant to help you reach a university level English or a college level English and to speak like a college level English speaker or a professional. This is just to teach you new vocabulary words that aren't as simple for beginners. You can listen to these as a beginner as well. Feel free. If a word is difficult, listen to it over and over and over again. So this is the first essay set of the Periscope TOEFL word lessons. I will see you guys next time. Have a great week learning new words. Take care, and remember to stay amped for learning English. Bye-bye.